Hello and welcome to this channel. In this video, you'll witness a powerful and emotional story that will make you stop and think. A young black girl walks into a fancy bank, holding a check, excited, proud, and ready to take her first step into adulthood. But instead of being treated with respect, she faces something ugly: judgment. A bank employee looks at her skin, her clothes, her age, and assumes the worst. He accuses her of lying, even calls security. But here's the twist. The little girl wasn't just anyone. Her mother, a powerful CEO and the bank's biggest client. What happens when that mother walks through the doors will shock everyone in the building and leave you with a lesson about respect, pride, and never judging someone by how they look. Welcome to this video, the place where everyday moments turn into powerful lessons. Here we tell stories that touch your heart, open your eyes, and make you think. Today's video is more than just a story. It's a reminder that how we treat people really matters. By the end of this video, you'll see how one brave girl stood strong, how one mother made her voice heard, and how respect can break every barrier, even in the most unexpected places. If you love stories that inspire change and reveal hidden truths, you're in the right place. So sit back, watch closely, and don't forget, sometimes the smallest actions lead to the biggest moments. If this story touched your heart or made you think twice, please like this video to show your support, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to Whisper Stories for more powerful stories that speak truth and spark change. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a moment that matters. Let's start the story. It was a bright afternoon. The sun lit up the tall glass walls of one of the city's fanciest banks. People in suits walked in and out, carrying briefcases, checking their watches. Inside, everything looked expensive. Polished floors, shiny counters, and workers dressed in neat uniforms. And then, through those large glass doors, came Aaliyah, a 14-year-old black girl with curly hair, wearing a simple hoodie and jeans. She wasn't rich in appearance, but her heart was full of confidence. In her hand, she held a check, a birthday gift from her mother. It wasn't just any check. It was $10,000, a reward for being a smart, kind, and responsible daughter. Her mother, a successful CEO, had told her, "You're growing up now. It's time you learn to handle your money. Go deposit this yourself." Aaliyah walked up to the front desk, nervous but proud. She was doing this on her own, not knowing that in just a few moments, she would face something she never expected: discrimination, right there, in the middle of the bank. As Aaliyah stepped up to the counter, she smiled and gently placed the check in front of the bank employee. "Hi, I'd like to deposit this into my savings account," she said politely. The man behind the desk looked at her, then looked at the check. His eyes narrowed. He didn't smile. He didn't greet her. Instead, he leaned forward and asked in a cold voice, "Where did you get this?" Aaliyah blinked, confused. "My mom gave it to me," she answered softly. The man chuckled, but it wasn't a kind laugh. It was the kind that makes you feel small. He raised his voice so others could hear. "A $10,000 check? From your mom? Are you sure this isn't stolen?" People started looking. Aaliyah could feel their eyes. Her heart beat faster. Her hands began to shake. "I'm telling the truth," she said. "My mom is a CEO." The man smirked. "Right, and I'm the president." He rolled his eyes and pushed a button under the desk. Moments later, security guards walked up behind Aaliyah. "Escort her out," the employee said. "She's trying to scam us." Aaliyah's eyes filled with tears. She wasn't a thief. She wasn't lying. All she wanted was to do something good, something right. But they didn't believe her, because she was young, because she was black, because she didn't look rich. But what happened next would turn the entire situation upside down. As the guards moved closer, Aaliyah didn't argue or fight. She simply pulled out her phone and whispered, "Mom, they won't let me deposit the check. They think I stole it." There was silence on the other end. Then came the reply, "Don't worry, baby, I'm on my way." 15 minutes passed. Everyone had gone back to their business, or at least pretended to. The employee who had embarrassed Aaliyah stood proudly at his counter, arms folded. Suddenly, a luxury black car pulled up outside the bank. From it stepped a tall, confident black woman in a sharp navy blue suit and high heels. Her hair was tied back. Her eyes were focused. She walked straight through the front doors like she owned the place. Because in a way, she did. The moment she entered, the mood shifted. Some employees gasped. One whispered, "That's her. That's Camille Johnson." Others rushed to straighten their clothes. She walked up to the front desk and looked the employee dead in the eyes. "Is there a reason my daughter was treated like a criminal for trying to deposit her own money?" The man stammered, I didn't know she was your daughter." Camille's eyes didn't blink. "So if she wasn't my daughter, treating her this way would be okay?" Silence. "Let me remind you, this bank holds over $40 million in payroll accounts from my companies. If my child isn't safe here, neither is my business." Everyone froze. Security backed away. The bank manager rushed over, sweating and nervous. But it was too late. A lesson had already been taught. Not with anger, but with truth, dignity, and power. The bank manager nervously stepped in front of Camille. "Ms. Johnson, we are deeply sorry. This was all a misunderstanding." But Camille wasn't done. She looked around the bank, at the security guards, at the employee who judged her daughter, at the staff who stood by and said nothing. "No," she said, "this wasn't a mistake. This was a mindset, and it's dangerous." Then she looked at her daughter Aliyah, who was now standing proudly beside her, still quiet, but no longer scared. "This check wasn't about money. It was about teaching my daughter independence and confidence." She turned back to the manager. But instead, she learned what it feels like to be judged for something she can't change, the color of her skin. The employee finally spoke, nervously. I didn't mean to offend her. I was just doing my job." Camille replied firmly, "If your job involves assuming someone is a criminal based on how they look, then you're in the wrong job." That moment hit everyone in the room. Later that day, the bank issued a private and public apology. The employee was let go after a full investigation and several customer complaints. Camille quietly closed all her accounts and moved her money to a bank that valued people over appearances. We live in a world where first impressions matter, but sometimes those impressions are based on bias, not truth. This story reminds us, don't judge by appearance. Respect is a right, not a reward. And sometimes the quietest voice, like Aliyah's, carries the loudest truth. I have asked a question to you. What would you have done if you were in Aliyah's place? Have you ever been judged unfairly just because of how you look or where you come from? Tell us your story in the comments. We're listening. Sometimes we think we know someone just by looking at them. But as this story showed, a young girl in a hoodie might be the daughter of a CEO, and a kind smile can hide a powerful soul. Aliyah didn't scream or argue. She stood strong, stayed respectful, and let the truth speak for itself. Her mother didn't show anger. She showed grace, power, and leadership. Together, they taught a lesson that no one inside that bank will ever forget. If this story touched your heart, made you think, or opened your eyes, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to this channel, where voices speak louder than judgment, and every story reveals something powerful about the world we live in. Until next time, stay kind, stay aware, and never judge a book by its cover.